From handwritten digit recognition to self-driving cars, up to algorithms that can detect cancer, artificial intelligence has changed forever the way we develop products. In this course, the AI Product Manager Nano Degree course, you will learn how to get from an idea to a full-grown product using algorithms from machine learning and deep learning. You will also learn how to manage data, how to get data from different data sources, how to modify it and to use it in favor of your product. I am Ricky and welcome to the Nano Degree course. Okay, so before we begin with our first exercise, there's some few key concepts I need to share with you in order to get our first neural network going. So what are neural networks? Actually, neural networks began many years ago with a guy named Rosenblatt wrote a paper called the perceptron, where he developed and he made an analogy, a mathematical analogy between how our brain works and how a computer should store and process information. So what's this analogy made of? This analogy is that a perceptron, okay, receives many inputs via their dendrites and produces an output depending on the different combinations of the inputs. In here, inside the body of the neuron, there's a very important function that we call the activation function. This activating function takes the inputs x1, x2, x3, x4, process it, and then develops an output, we should call out1. Okay, so this is what basically what a perceptron is. It's a neuron that is made of different inputs and some modifiers of the inputs that we are going to call weights, an activating function, and an output. This output will later connect to different other neurons. Okay? So how does a neural network works? Imagine that we connect many different perceptrons. Okay? So we have different perceptrons that takes some inputs, okay? And what about if we connect these neurons to other neurons? And finally, we connect these neurons to some final neurons. So this is what basically what a neural network is. It's a set of different neurons that takes some inputs, process these inputs via their different weights to finally get an output. We can identify these different layers of processing as input layer. As you can see, this deals with our inputs, these neurons. This layer in here that may involve many different neurons is what we call the hidden layer. And finally, what we call the output layer. Okay, so let's dig into some code and learn about what is supervised learning. Okay, so before we jump right into the code, you will need to install Python, which is our most used programming language. We'll use Jupyter Notebooks and some of Python libraries in order to create our first neural network. Let's jump into it.